What if true happiness lies within your control and not in the hands of others? This question is not merely theoretical but rooted in the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. Let's take a leaf from Marcus Aurelius, who, despite being a Roman emperor surrounded by power and adulation, found his inner peace not in the validation from others but in his own actions and thoughts. Aurelius understood that real joy comes from within, independent of external circumstances. Consider this. In our pursuit of love and relationships, we often find ourselves yearning for attention and affection, believing that this external validation is the key to our happiness. But what if we flipped the script? Instead of seeking approval, we focused on self-improvement and emotional independence. By doing so, we become naturally more attractive and paradoxically more likely to be missed. In today's discussion, we delve into how Stoic principles can revolutionize your personal growth and relationships. We won't be talking about manipulation or playing mind games. Instead, we'll explore how dedicating yourself to personal development, fostering emotional self-reliance, and living in the present can make you unforgettable. Just like Seneca emphasized in his letters, it's not about seeking the fleeting affections of others, but about building a life of self-sufficiency and inner tranquility. By embodying these principles, you not only enrich your life, but also transform your relationships in the most profound ways. Stay with us as we uncover these Stoic insights. Remember, the journey towards a more fulfilling and Stoic way of living begins with small, deliberate steps. So hit that subscribe button, and let's start this transformative journey together. Number 1. Self-improvement. Embrace inner power over external validation. Have you ever pondered why we seek validation from others? Consider the story of Cato the Younger, a Stoic Roman statesman known for his unwavering principle. Despite the political chaos and opposition he faced, Cato remained steadfast, drawing strength from his internal convictions rather than the approval of others. This historical figure exemplifies the power of self-reliance and inner strength, a lesson deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. In our pursuit of happiness and fulfillment, it's incredibly easy to fall into the trap of seeking external validation. We often measure our worth by the reactions, opinions, and attention we receive from others, especially in personal relationships. But what if there was a more empowering and enduring path to happiness? Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and reactions, while accepting what we cannot control, which includes the feelings and behaviors of others. This approach doesn't mean becoming indifferent or emotionless. Rather, it's about recognizing that true contentment and self-worth come from within, not from someone else's approval or attention. Think about it. When we hinge our happiness on being missed or desired by someone, we give away our power. We become reactive to their actions or lack thereof, leading to a roller coaster of emotions. Stoicism offers us the tools to step off this ride. By cultivating virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and moderation, we build a strong, resilient character that finds joy in self-growth and personal achievements. This Stoic mindset doesn't advocate isolating ourselves or ceasing to care about others. On the contrary, it promotes forming healthy, meaningful relationships based on mutual respect and understanding, not neediness or dependency. Here's a fascinating paradox. By prioritizing self-improvement and striving to be our best selves, we naturally become more intriguing and attractive to others. People are drawn to individuals who are confident, passionate about their pursuits, and content with themselves. So, ironically, the less we focus on making someone miss us, the more likely it is to happen because we're living our most authentic life. Let's redirect our energies from seeking validation to nurturing our inner world. Invest time in learning new skills, exploring new hobbies, and deepening our understanding of who we are and what we stand for. This journey of self-improvement is not only fulfilling in itself, but also makes us more admirable and, yes, missable in the eyes of others. Remember, the goal of Stoicism is not to suppress our desires or deny our need for connections, but to remind us that our happiness and worth are not dependent on them. By anchoring ourselves in the principles of Stoicism, we can enjoy a life of peace, satisfaction, and true independence. Let's embrace this Stoic way of living, focus on bettering ourselves, and find joy from within. That is where true happiness lies. Number 2. Independence and emotional resilience. The Stoic way. Why do some people seem unshakable no matter what life throws at them? Consider the story of Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor. Despite enduring unimaginable horrors, Frankl found a way to maintain his inner peace and purpose. How did he do it? By focusing on his response to his circumstances, rather than the circumstances themselves. A principle deeply rooted in Stoicism. At the core of Stoicism lies a powerful insight. While we can't always control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. This idea isn't just liberating. It hands us the keys to our emotional freedom. Think about it. When a colleague undermines you at work or a friend betrays your trust, do you let it ruin your day? Or do you choose to focus on your response, maintaining your composure and integrity? Stoicism isn't about shutting off your feelings or pretending the world doesn't affect you. Instead, it's about recognizing your emotions, understanding them deeply, and then choosing not to let these feelings dictate your actions. The Stoics had a clear mantra: focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. This isn't just a strategy for personal peace. It's a practical guide to staying emotionally strong. Consider the everyday annoyances we all face, like getting stuck in traffic. Instead of letting frustration take over, a Stoic would acknowledge the annoyance, but then shift focus to something within their control, like listening to an interesting podcast or practicing deep breathing. This mindset fosters a sense of independence that's both empowering and incredibly practical. But this independence doesn't mean going solo. It actually helps you connect with others more authentically, from a place of strength and self-assurance. Take relationships, for example. Stoicism helps us understand that while it's great to love and care for people, our personal happiness shouldn't depend solely on someone else's actions or approval. This perspective encourages us to build relationships based on mutual respect and genuine connection, not out of fear of being alone or neediness. By building up our emotional resilience, we enjoy deeper, more meaningful relationships without losing our own identity in them. Plus, Stoicism emphasizes living in tune with nature, accepting life's natural ups and downs, which bolsters our emotional strength. It reminds us that change is constant, and adapting to it is a true test of our resilience. So how do we cultivate this independence and emotional resilience? It starts with self-awareness. Regularly checking in with yourself, your thoughts, and emotions, especially when facing challenges, is key. Practicing gratitude, staying in the present, and aligning your daily activities with your core values play a huge part too. And very importantly, we need to question our perceptions, asking if our reactions are really fitting for the situation, or if they're based on old habits or beliefs. Embracing Stoicism isn't about sailing smoothly through life without ever needing anyone else. Rather, it's about becoming your own lighthouse during storms, guiding yourself with principles that have stood the test of time. This journey towards personal independence and emotional resilience isn't just a solo track. It's enriched by the wisdom of those who have walked this path before us. And as we apply these Stoic principles, we'll find that our capacity for joy, our strength in adversity, and our knack for maintaining balanced relationships all grow more than we ever thought possible. Let's navigate life's storms, not by seeking shelter, but by being strong together. Number 3. Creating a meaningful life. Embracing your true self. How often do we pause to consider what truly matters in our lives? I remember a time when I was caught in the whirlwind of chasing accolades and external validation. It was exhausting and unfulfilling. One day, overwhelmed and burnt out, I stumbled upon the teachings of the Stoic philosophers, Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and Epictetus. Their wisdom felt like a lifeline, guiding me to align my life with my true nature and the rhythm of the universe. The Stoics teach us that the essence of a meaningful life isn't found in wealth or fame, but in nurturing our virtue, wisdom, and integrity. They emphasize contributing to the common good, engaging with our communities, and building relationships based on respect and understanding. This realization hit home for me when I reflected on my own life and the moments that truly brought me joy. It wasn't the awards or recognition, but the times I spent with loved ones, small acts of kindness, and the integrity with which I pursued my passions. Creating a meaningful life means diving deep into our inner selves and asking tough questions. Who are we? What do we stand for? Are we living in alignment with our values, or are we merely conforming to societal expectations? Stoicism acts as a compass in this introspection, urging us to examine not just our actions, but the motivations behind them. Are we driven by genuine virtue, or by a desire for external approval? Research supports this shift in focus. Studies have shown that people who pursue intrinsic goals, like personal growth, meaningful relationships, and community involvement, report higher levels of happiness and fulfillment compared to those who chase extrinsic goals like wealth and status. This data reinforces the Stoic insight that external conditions are fleeting and that true contentment comes from within. Reflecting on this, I recall a particularly challenging period in my life. I was dealing with personal loss and professional setback. Initially, I felt defeated, but embracing the Stoic mindset helped me see these struggles as opportunities for growth. I learned to accept suffering as a natural part of life, finding meaning in overcoming it, and moving forward with a stronger spirit and a more compassionate heart. Living a meaningful life isn't just about grand gestures. It's found in everyday actions, kindness we show to others, the integrity in our decisions, and the moments of self-care. It's in the quiet reflection on our place in the universe and the gratitude for the beauty around us. These small acts, rooted in Stoic principles, weave together a rich tapestry of a life well lived. And let's not forget, this journey towards a meaningful life is not one we walk alone. It's a path we tread together, supporting each other with shared wisdom and experiences. By grounding ourselves in Stoic principles, we equip ourselves not just to face life's challenges, but to thrive amidst them, finding joy, purpose, and meaning in every step. So I ask you, what truly matters in your life? Are you living in alignment with your values, or are you caught in the pursuit of external validation? Take a moment to reflect, and let's walk this path of meaningful living together. Number 4. Releasing the desire to control. A Stoic journey through the unknown. How do we find peace in a world that often feels uncontrollable? Picture a ship navigating through a storm, with the captain desperately trying to steer it through the wild waves. The more the captain fights the storm, the more exhausted and disheartened they become. But what if the captain could harness the power of the storm, guiding the ship with the natural flow of the wind and waves? This is the essence of the Stoic approach to control. The Stoics, like ancient mariners, recognize that much of our frustration and despair stems from our futile attempts to control the uncontrollable. We expend tremendous energy trying to mold circumstances and people to our will, only to find that much of it is beyond our reach. This isn't a call to surrender, but an invitation to shift our focus. Imagine a mythical land where every individual believes they can command the sun to rise and set according to their wishes. Day after day, they chant and perform elaborate rituals, growing ever more anxious as the sun follows its natural course, indifferent to their pleas. It's in this land that we find our lesson. Control over external events is an illusion. What if, instead, we could direct our efforts towards mastering our own inner world? The Stoics teach us to accept the natural flow of events, much like the captain who learns to navigate by understanding the sea, rather than fighting it. This philosophy doesn't ask us to become passive observers of our lives, but to actively engage in what we can control, our perceptions, decisions, and reactions. By focusing on these areas, we cultivate virtues like patience, understanding, and resilience, discovering a profound sense of peace. Letting go of control, according to Stoic wisdom, involves embracing the unexpected and finding the courage to face uncertainties with a calm mind and an open heart. It's about recognizing that while we can strive to influence our efforts, the outcomes are often out of our hands. This perspective doesn't devalue our efforts, but places them in a healthier, more realistic context. We learn to align our actions with our values and detach from specific outcomes, engaging with life more authentically. Consider a tale of a young artist in a bustling city, tirelessly working on her craft, hoping for recognition and success. Despite her dedication, the world's response is indifferent. Frustrated, she remembers the Stoic teaching of focusing on what she can control. She pours her heart into her work, not for the acclaim, but for the joy of creation. In time, her peace and contentment become her greatest masterpiece, drawing people to her, not because she sought their approval, but because she found her inner harmony. As we incorporate this Stoic principle into our lives, we find our relationships deepening, our stress decreasing, and our appreciation for the present moment increasing. We begin to understand that control is not the key to happiness. Balance, acceptance, and inner harmony are. Letting go of our desire for control is not about relinquishing our power, but reclaiming it in its most potent form. It's a journey towards inner freedom, marked by a profound transformation in how we perceive and interact with the world. So how do you navigate the stormy seas of life? Do you fight against the waves, or do you learn to sail with them, finding your strength not in controlling the ocean, but in mastering your ship? As we wrap up our journey through the teachings of Stoicism, it's evident that this ancient philosophy offers more than just principles. It provides a robust framework for living a life of wisdom, resilience, and tranquility. Stoicism focuses on what truly matters, guiding us to navigate the ups and downs of life with poise and calm. The practices we've discussed are not merely theoretical. They are practical tools that can be seamlessly integrated into our daily routines, turning challenges into opportunities for growth and deeper understanding. Embracing Stoicism means learning to let go of what we cannot control and fully engaging with the present moment. It's about appreciating the simplicity of life and fostering meaningful relationships. This philosophy helps us build an inner sanctuary of peace that remains unshaken, no matter the chaos outside. Following the Stoic path doesn't mean avoiding difficulty. Instead, it offers the strength to face adversity with courage, the wisdom to act according to our values, and the serenity to accept what we cannot change. It reminds us that while we can't control external events, we can always control our perceptions, choices, and reactions. As we weave Stoic principles into our lives, we start to see a shift in how we define happiness, success, and fulfillment. True contentment comes not from external accolades or material possessions, from living in harmony with our core values and virtues. This realization is the key to a deeply meaningful and joyful life. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Let's continue to explore and grow together. For more insights, watch the recommended videos on the screen. And remember, the most significant journey is the one inward. If you found this video valuable, please like it, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you, and see you next time.